Welcome to Stone Cold Classics, and today we have another blast from the past. This is a 1999 Nissan Primera SX. This is the TD, the diesel, the 2 litre diesel version. We don't see many of these around anymore. This car we sourced from the Isle of Wight. It is a one owner car, so 0 previous owners. So the guy's owned it his whole life. Meticulously maintained it. It has done 36,000 miles. I'll double check that when we get in the car. But he's had 23 services. So yes, meticulously maintained. Bridgestone tyres on the car all round, so never skimped on the car ever. And it's just a remarkable thing. So we drove this back from the Isle of Wight. Must have done 35-40 gallons. It did less than half a tank of fuel from there to Oxfordshire, and drove faultlessly and starts every time on the button. Fabulous, reliable, retro, modern classic that you can use reliably. I reckon this service, if you continue servicing this every couple of thousand miles, it'll go on for 200,000-300,000 miles. Obviously these were taxis back in the day, weren't they? So this is it's remarkable to find one that was privately owned and cherished as a one sort of last car, really. Sadly the chap had passed away who owned it, and we bought it from his son, but it never passed into his name, so it's a 0 owner's car. Let's have a look around it. So he specified these plastic Nissan headlamp protectors on the car. Funny enough, the last one we had of these had those on as well. And this is the original dealer, Reebok Nissan. We still got the keys, and we've even got an advert from the 90s when the gentleman was looking to source a car. So he ripped the advert out of the paper and kept it in the paperwork for the deals they were doing on Primeras at the time. And so alloy wheels, electric windows on the fronts, electric sunroof, air conditioning. So all the stuff you like to have on these older cars. Obviously driver's airbag and ABS. So these modern classics have got all the stuff you absolutely must have in a modern usable car. So they're incredibly usable. And yet you can rock up to a car show and people go, "Oh, I haven't seen one of them for years." Certainly not in this condition. I do love the 90s Nissan prints that they had on their seats. They're mad. It's kind of marble effect on there, all sorts of different colours. A little bit of wood in the middle there. 5-speed manual, original radio, which they can often be problematic, these, but it works. There you go. And there we go, 36,784 miles. Let's get it in focus, there we go. Half a tank of fuel. You have to wait for the glow light to go off. And there she goes, starts up like that every time. So AC, nice extra on a Nissan, works nice and cold. Manual sunroof, so no issues with electrics there. I think I might have said electric just now, but it isn't. It's a manual, which solves a lot of problems on some of these older cars. That can often be problematic. Look around, it's mint inside the car. Japanese plastics are well known for scratching up, but this one is, I'm pretty sure this was only the front seats were ever really sat in. Let's turn it off. Pop the bonnet and look down the sides there. Beautiful. When we got the car, it still had its plastic protection on the chrome there. Wasn't on that one, but on the rest of the car. All the other 3 had the protection on the chrome still. Windy windows in the back, repeat of that pattern. Split folding rear seats. Loads of room in the back there. Nissan mats, genuine Nissan mats. They are. You have a look under there. Nissan mats. Let's have a look in the boot. Oh, actually, let's have a look under the bonnet while we're here. There we go. So, like most of the cars of this era that survive, covered in wax oil. You can see it there. You can see it all oozing out of everywhere, which is great. Fantastic to have in a car of this age. It saves it. It's ugly on the rocker cover gasket, rocker cover there, but it's just one of those things that are a necessity. So this is a turbo diesel. We've got a relatively new battery there. Recently serviced as well. Everything's been done. Everything's up to date. Look at the look under here. These are notoriously easy to rust Japanese cars under the bonnet. So this is just basic paint with no lacquer, and this one is just still in fabulous condition. Always garaged, and yeah, maintained, like I say, meticulously. If you have a look at the advert online on the website, we'll go through all of the service history and what we've got and what's been done. Let's have a look at the boot. Huge boot on these cars, absolutely enormous, and no one's messed about with the parcel shelf there. In here, the toolkit, and the toolkit's around the corner there. Toolkit and the jack, never been out of this place, and then spare wheel with the original tyre on it, Dunlop Sport, and no rust under there at all. There's a photograph of that on the website to show. Took that out and had a good look, lovely and mint under there. Right, so let's have a quick look at some of the floors. A couple of little marks in the bumper there, very common as you're putting stuff into the boot. There's a tiny nick, or a nick on there, so it's a fingernail sized nick. It's been painted in but isn't perfect. There we go. There's a couple of marks on the car that kind of what you'd expect on a 5-year-old car, not a 25-year-old car. There's a little mark there. Let's go around. The wheels are all in excellent order, as are the tyres, and the wing mirror casings are fine. A tiny little mark there and there. These really are minor, nothing that you'd want to correct or paint or do anything silly like that. Let's have a look around here. There's a little scratch along there, but it's very minor. We couldn't get it out with the polisher, but it's there. I think that's it actually. Yeah, like I say, very minor marks on the bodywork, tiny things, but you know, it's not brand new. But for a car of this era, you're very hard pressed to find one as nice as this. It's absolutely gorgeous underneath. There's no rust on this car at all. All the suspension arms, exhaust, everything's fine under there. There's no issues whatsoever. Lovely clean set of MOT results. Incredible set of MOT results actually. And here she is, nothing to do, just get in and enjoy. It's going to go on forever if you look after it properly. And yeah, it's funny, we were, you know, honestly concerned with buying an older diesel. But I've had a few cars of this era. People have phoned me and said, oh, if that was a diesel, I'd have had that. And you think, really? But yeah, why not? They're indestructible. They're fuel efficient. I guess they're dirtier than some of the later cars, obviously. But if you're just going to do minimal mileage in it and show it, then what's the problem? And you don't have to worry about stupid E5 and E10 fuels and all the ethanol in the fuel. This thing will just go on forever. So why not? We give it a go. Everything else adds up beautifully. So one owner, full history, incredible history, beautiful condition. What's not to like? If you like this car, please go to stonecoldclassics.com, have a look at the advert, give us a ring if you like it and want to have a chat. If you like cars like this, we have a huge archive of cars just like it, and have a dive through there, see if you can find some fun stuff. There's plenty of fun stuff of all different eras. And yeah, please subscribe to the channel if you like this video, and please like this one if you enjoyed it watching it. Thanks ever so much. Bye bye.